Picture a world where there's a plant that can heal and rebuild broken communities. Picture a world where there's a plant that can heal and alleviate diseases like AIDS, PTSD, Crohn's disease, anxiety, diabetes, and countless other ailments and illnesses. Picture a world where there's a plant that can inspire the common human's creativity. Now, in that world, that plant is demonized and made illegal. Not only is it illegal, but the amount of misinformation will lead you to believe that that plant is bad for your mind and your body. Now, come to realize the planet I'm talking about is ours, and the plant I'm talking about is cannabis. Now, look around. Even in a room full of highly educated people, when I said cannabis, some of you started squirming in your chairs. But it's okay. Cannabis is just a plant. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it also saves lives every day. My name's Jose. I'm a medical marijuana patient, founder of several cannabis businesses, and a personal cannabis coach. Today, I want to share with you what I've come to find in regards to cannabis and removing the stigma with art and science. My personal history with cannabis started at the age of 15. That year, my family was moving from Grand Rapids, Michigan to Bradenton, Florida, and my parents allowed me to go to a graduation party for a senior. Now, this senior was a friend from marching band class, so my parents probably figured, hey, it's a marching band party, how crazy is it gonna get? Well, there was a joint at that party. It eventually made its way around to me, and without any peer pressure and on my own accord, I took a hit of that joint. It was the worst thing I ever tasted. Smoke got in my eye. I think I dropped it. My friends were laughing at me. And from that moment on, I became what you call a straight edge when it came to anything smoking or cannabis. And as a student athlete, it was to my benefit to stay away from weed, alcohol, and peer pressure. I became one of those guys that thought anyone that used cannabis was a pothead and useless. That all changed in the year 2000 when my mother was diagnosed with cancer. That year, I had several opportunities to go play football, and instead, I took a year off to stay close. I continued training, and I actually found cannabis to help with the stress and with the pain in my body from all the injuries of being a student athlete. A year later, I had opportunities to go play college ball, so that's what I did. I was studying mass media and DJing on the college radio station in hopes to one day make it into the music business. So after college and going into the music business, finding a little success, I was exposed to a lot of cannabis. In the entertainment world, cannabis is as common as getting a cup of coffee or cheersing with a beer after you close a deal. Around the same time, my friend and his family introduced me to the spiritual significance of cannabis as a blessed sacrament in the Rastafarian belief, a belief that's based in Hebrew and Christianity. Now, you guys may know of the Rasta man Bob Marley. Bob Marley was able to spread knowledge of self and knowledge of cannabis all over the world with music that people related to. From being a musician to touring as a manager to transition into the startup tech world, I've seen cannabis every step of the way. The reality is that cannabis has been there every step of the way for art and science. The word canvas comes from the Greek word which means made of hemp. Now think about this. Since the 1300s, almost every painting done on canvas has been done on cannabis. Not only that, around that same time when the smartest minds were engineering and building the ships to go around the world, those sails were made of cannabis. The ropes were made of cannabis. It's almost like cannabis has helped art and science advance. And now it's time for art and science to help cannabis advance. Just last year, in 2018, there were several advances in everything from finding out that cannabis stops epileptic seizures to it kills cancer cells. But still, art and science seem to be the vehicle to create a culture of acceptance for cannabis. From Snoop Dogg to Willie Nelson, to the Cheech and Chong franchise, to Disjointed, a show starring Academy Award-winning Kathy Bates, cannabis continues to be that vehicle. And when we add science, we will break the stigma and remove it. So as we move into the future and the lies become evident and we start talking about the truth, we need to make sure that art and science work together to remove a stigma from a plant that's been kept away from us. Thank you.